Wrestling fans, Mad Dog Marty Sugar here, and we are at another week of Wednesday Okanagan Wrestling. It is week 4, and Big West Wrestling has received a letter from Mike Rizzo's lawyer saying why you're not focusing on the champion. So this week, week 4, 100% focus on the Big West Television champion COLLIN CUTLER. Get a closer look at the Cougar Meat Kid this week on WOW. Alrighty guys, before we get started this week, you saw it last week, there on the left side of your screen, Mike Rizzo attacking our referee Jeff. Here's another shot, closer up, take a look at this, hauls him out of the ring, and that's all, but look at this, brutal kicks, and this just in, breaking news, for March 18th, that hurt so good, Mike Rizzo has found himself suspended. Alrighty guys, here we go. We are all the way back. July 17th, 2015. One of the unsung best matches of 2015 in Big West Wrestling. In our focus on Cougar Meat Kid COLLIN CUTLER today, the Big West Television champion. At this point in time, he was not the champion. He was the Okanagan Cup winner, and there is Justin Alexander, the Hammer. This match is in the middle of the huge Next Gen versus Adult Social Society feud. It was a brutal encounter. Cutler had given Alexander a concussion, knocked him out of wrestling for a month. And Alexander was looking for revenge here in a last man standing match. Of course, the rules of a last man standing match are simple. You beat your opponent until he cannot answer a 10 count. There are no pinfalls, there are no submissions, there are no disqualifications or countouts. It is just fight night. And Justin Alexander flew over the top rope there. Our camera person doing the best they could to try and get the action here. And Alexander just hammering away on Cutler. Now Justin Alexander here, part of the Next Gen trio that was Crystal, Nick Radford, and Alexander himself. One of our most popular trios ever here in Big West Wrestling. Justin really hit his stride late 2015. Here he is choking Cutler, the pool crew. You saw Cutler tap out. That doesn't matter. We are doing last man standing. You can tap out until your hand breaks off, in all honesty. Now, like I said, Justin Alexander, big slam there, had a huge streak of victories. He, during the Invasion weekend in October, pinned Black Dragon and Cremator Von Slasher on successive nights. Amazing victories. Had a big win in the quarterfinals of the King of Bella Coola tournament, losing a tough semifinals to the eventual winner, Adam Ryder. Amazing string of matches. This was one of them. But it was, you know what, Justin Alexander, he went from being this delightful young guy that everybody loved to quite a cocky guy by the time 2015 ended up stabbing his own partner and friend, Nick Radford, in the back. But at this point in time, the fans were purely behind Justin Alexander because, Lord knows, there are very few wrestling fans that like Cougar Meat Kid COLLIN CUTLER. I know some ladies that like COLLIN CUTLER, but as far as the wrestling fans are concerned, he's not high on their list of people. These two guys have been beating each other up, and Cutler just got sent into the wall. Tight confines at Lake City Bowling on Highway 97 in Kelowna, and it can be a detriment if you find yourself getting knocked out of the ring. Now again, no titles on the line. Cutler was not champion. He would win that title in September. This is about pride. This is about animosity and a cookie sheet shot to the head. No one was in a seat at this point. Everyone was on their feet because everyone was trying to move. We were scrambling. And there we go. Cutler is just on the offensive now. Boot in the face. Really just grinding the offense here. Both of them just beating each other up. Cutler in charge right now. Big kick. Alexander trying to fight back, but Cutler is just hammering away in the corner. Big fists. Stiff right hands. Cross corner and a big... Oh, it's a monkey flip. I thought he was going for his knee, but Alexander landed on his feet and caught him with a big side slam. No one wants to sit back down, I swear. They don't know if they're going to jump out of a seat again, so he gets thrown out of the ring. Big lariat. Big lariat in the corner. Alexander has an advantage now, but in a last man standing match, it's such a brutal event. Who knows what's going to happen here? Big boot to the face. Alexander coming back, and a big clothesline. Right up under the chin. Both men are down. The referee Mike Thiessen was on top here. Cutler's grinding Alexander down with a rear chin lock. Maybe trying to make him go unconscious. Cutting off the airflow to the brain. Choking the man. The referee is checking to see if it's a choke, but in all honesty, Cutler could choke Alexander if he so desired in a last man standing match. Just driving the back of Alexander's skull into the mat. And now choking him away. Just like I said, choking anything you can do in a last man standing match to get that advantage. And this is where Collin Cutler is so deadly. He has no qualms with breaking every rule in the book. He has learned a lot of dirty tricks in his 8 years in the wrestling business. He has been around the block a time or two. And he's at that stage in his career where he doesn't care. He doesn't care if you want to boo him. He is here to win. And he's going to do whatever it takes, and he's doing that now. Alexander trying to fight back. Put back down. Flat on his back. And just strangling Alexander on the rope there. Like I said, anything you want to do to keep a man down, and he is determined here, Collin Cutler. Determined to strangle Justin Alexander unconscious. That is one way to win a last man standing match. You're not going to answer a 10 count if you have blacked out. Cutler is yelling at Alexander to stay down, but the kid has heart and determination. Just completed recently, a couple weeks ago. By the time you see this on its airing here, episode 4 of WOW, Justin Alexander's already back from his second tour of Northern Hell up in the frozen rivers of Manitoba. The kid's got mettle. The kid is tough. Maybe you don't like his attitude, but sometimes the wrestling game is just about getting ahead any way you can. Some guys take shortcuts. Some guys let success go to their heads. Right now, there's no oxygen getting to Justin Alexander's head. He's trying to fight for some elusive separation, as wrestling announcers love to talk about. And just right back down to choking him out. Cutler is not doing anything fancy. We've talked about it before. Collin Cutler was one of these guys that used to love to impress you with his high-flying aerial assault. And he can go, he can move, he can groove in that ring, but tonight he's showing, on this night and on every other night, Cutler will show you he will be vicious as he has to be to make sure he is victorious, making sure he's getting to that elusive pay window that we always talk about in pro wrestling. Measuring his opponent, Cutler's like, I'm not sure he's going to get back up, but if he is... And in comes a steel chair into the equation. There's another one. You know what? Maybe that advice to stay down was good advice when a steel chair comes in the equation. Huge thundering shot across the back. That is not fun. Steel meets spine. Cutler's relaxed and taking a breather. We're up to 4. And Cutler is still checking, like you said, just in case. He's just eyeing up the situation, what's available to him. There's a card table, not a full-size table, but those you might not know, Collin Cutler, avid poker player. Likes to gamble. No surprise that he's a pro wrestler. Pro wrestling's a gamble. Hardcore matches are a gamble, and you know, it all fits. Collin Cutler, an avid poker player. He'll gladly take your money, just like he'll gladly take a victory from you in a wrestling ring. I've never played poker with Collin Cutler. Quite frankly, I can't stand to be in the same room as Collin Cutler, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, reverse that whip and face first. into that table that quickly was destroyed. Cutler is regretting setting that up in the ring. Hard to see with this, our older camera technology, but Cutler's back was scraped up pretty bad from that metal frame of that table. You wrestling fans scoff, oh, that's just a little table, but it's not going to break like a normal table, and you're going to get your back ripped to shreds, and Cutler was in a lot of pain here. His back looked really ugly by the time this night was over. Big punches. These guys are, you got to swing for the fences in a last man standing match. It is a prize fight and a huge shot to the throat again, just trying to take the oxygen away. I've mentioned it time and time again. And, the irony is I do not have good cardio. I have never had good cardio. But breathing and your oxygen intake is so important in professional wrestling. And Collin Cutler knows that. And he is just constantly attacking that throat of Justin Alexander. It was the story of the night. And there goes a turnbuckle. Removing the turnbuckle pad and exposing the steel. And right into the lower back. And again, really hard to get up on your feet if your opponent snapped your spine. Taking that knee pad, big knee. Oh, Collin Cutler took off his knee brace. Was going for an exposed knee to the skull. He got exposed knee to the steel. And now Alexander's going for that knee. And again, like I just said, if you can't stand up, how are you supposed to answer a 10 count in the last man standing match? Big jumping reverse neck breaker. Cutler's down. He's trying to inch away, but I don't think it was happening. Ring presence from Cutler, even half conscious. Trying to scoot away from his opponent. Kick to the back. Measuring him up. Big elbow to the throat. And the senton. And a big splash. Wearing his opponent down. Justin Alexander, like I said, kid's got heart. Kid has skills. He's only 2-3 years in the business. Lots of talent. Like I said, he ended 2015 with a lot of attitude. I don't know. Maybe these two see eye to eye now with their whole win at all costs mentality. Maybe this match is what turned the tide for Justin Alexander. He just saw how ruthless he would need to be to win. And maybe just took that, huge DVD, Death Valley Driver. But maybe, like I said, this match took more than physical brutality on Justin Alexander. Maybe it affected him mentally. These things happen in professional wrestling. The game will wear you down, change your outlook on life, and like we said, his attitude, Justin Alexander, has changed for the worse. We're looking forward to having him back regardless in Big West Wrestling in 2016 as soon as we can, hopefully this spring. Attitude or not, he's an amazing talent. An excellent addition to any wrestling ring. You know he's going to put on killer matches and a big kick. He went for the skull, but you saw earlier Cutler's knee was bothering him. He only got him in the shoulder. Going for Hurricane Rana, but Alexander is bigger. He's stronger. He was able to catch into a single leg crab, and the irony, Collin Cutler trained by the master of the single leg crab, Lance Storm. And Justin Alexander, turnabout is fair play, saying, hey, you know what, here's a little taste of your own medicine. And you know what, no, and Cutler, like we said earlier, tap out all you want, kid. Doesn't matter. My referee, Mike Thiessen, said, I can't do nothing for you. You can tap out until you pass out, and then I'll worry about it. And speaking of passing out, it looks like Cutler is out right here. Now, he is crafty. He could be playing possum, but I don't know. It looks like he's breathing pretty heavy. Might be sleepy time for the Cougar Meat Kid. Zooming in close there. Well, he's slowly getting up. Struggling to get up there, and questionable motives there. Our referee did allow it. That wasn't really standing up for last man standing. Sunset flip. And a big super kick to the face. Now, like I mentioned earlier, Mike Thiessen, he let that go Well, Colin Cutler was not fully standing up. There, you can make an argument that he did not answer the 10 count for last man standing there. Now, when Cutler tried to set up a table in the corner, that failed miserably. Now he's going for a steel chair. Maybe the second time's the charm. He is exhausted, though. Both of these men are battered and bruised. They would not be walking nimbly the next day. And there we go, the big Celtic cross. Both men are down again. Another double in-ring count. Like we said, this is a definite prize fight situation. Swinging for the fences. Looking for that big proverbial home run swing. Any shot you can, you're taking it. And you just saw that there with Alexander with that Celtic cross. But it took some out of him too. He is battered and bruised, like I said. Both men are staggering to their feet. Alexander's up a little bit crisper it looks. Send him up. Oh, is he going to drive him face for a chair? No, eye rake. Any chance you get. That really hurt Alexander. And Cutler's grabbed him by the hair. Snap suplex with a float over. And Alexander just drives Cutler skull first into that chair. And again, another failed attempt at a dirty trick from Colin Cutler. And Alexander can barely stand up. He is just leaning against those ropes to stay upright. Desperately gasping for air. We're up to a 6 count. This could be over right here. Alexander could be your winner. He would have been a huge victory for the rookie. Oh, neck breaker across the ring rope. And underneath that protective layer, that's a steel cable. So that could crush your trachea in all honesty. Missed him with a chair shot, and Cutler ate one in the face. And a huge chair shot to the skull. Cutler's trying to sit up, and no. He, you know what, the irony, Colin Cutler brags about Concussion City, but the very first member of Concussion City, the very first citizen, might have been Cougar Meat Kid Colin Cutler right here in this match back in the summer of 2015. He has that look on his face like he is on Dream Street. He's saying, no, Mom, I'll dump the garbage tomorrow. Wait a minute, Shotgun Stevens. He just threw the Okanagan Cup in there. This was back in the summer, and Colin Cutler was using that Okanagan Cup as a weapon every chance he could. And there's Nick Radford. Like we said, Justin Alexander's next-gen tag team partner, and Radford is all over Shotgun Stevens. He's like, get the hell out of this ring, man. Get away from ringside. This has nothing to do with you. Travesty that the next-gen duo of Alexander and Radford would break up, but these things happen in pro wrestling, unfortunately. And look out! Cutler just shoved Thiessen into the ropes, and Alexander is crotch first on the turnbuckle, and now he's on the floor. Anything that could have gone wrong for Justin Alexander just did. Yikes, that was crotched on the top of the ropes there, and then Okanagan Cup driven into the chair, into his face, and he takes a massive tumble to the floor. And that is concrete under that thin carpet here at Lake City Bowling. That is no protection. Alexander's desperately trying to pull himself up, but he has a lot of work ahead of him. Cutler was able to get up above the 10, barely staggered to his feet, and that is that. Just like that, Cutler got his win with a vicious assault to end that match and just really show that killer instinct of Cougar Meat Kid Colin Cutler. Anything he can do to win a match, and Alexander was hurting for certain. And fans, as you know, of course, Hurt So Good 5 is March the 18th. And after all that wild and violent action, maybe you need some laughs. Adults only, of course, at Dakota's, at the Comedy Lounge back there. Saturday, March 19th, the night after Hurt So Good 5, we are presenting a top-notch young comedian, Justin Nickel. We're going to be giving away tickets at Hurt So Good 5 on March 18th. You got a chance to win some free tickets. Get yourself some laughs. Have yourself a great time. Don't you dare miss out. All right, everybody, as promised, we got a sit-down one-on-one interview with the television champion, Cougar Meat Kid, Collin Cutler. Collin, I want to thank you for coming down and doing this interview.
You're welcome.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing probably better than you. How's your head?
Are we going to do this?
Wait, I'm just saying. I'm just asking. I'm concerned.
I'm just saying.
I'm concerned as a Big West wrestler about your health.
I'm just saying, as the guy that's currently the Big West interviewer that's been asked to bring you into my home where you don't know where any of the shanks or the sharp objects are, is that how about we do an interview, and when I'm healthy to wrestle again, we'll talk wrestling. How about that?
My lawyer emailed you. We've talked about the shank thing.
Okay, well,
the shanks where they are, right? I came in here on the provision that you weren't going to bring the shanks up. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's try and be professional.
What I was gonna say, let's take a step back here for a second here, and the two men sitting at this table are two of only three men that are Triple Crown winners in Big West, correct. Television champion, Okanagan Cup, Rutland Rumble. Can we at least agree that the two of us are better looking than the other guy, Casey Anders?
100%. Dylan Andrews now.
I don't know what a Dylan. What's a Dylan?
Dylan.
What's a Dylan?
Just look at his face.
Right, let's get on track here. The big thing in 2016, as mentioned on BigWestWrestling.com, mentioned all over Facebook, by the time this interview airs, you have surpassed your mentor, Kyle Sebastian. You are the third longest reigning television champion in Big West history.
Correct.
Going into this year, the goal of Cremator Von Slasher is right around the corner. Mm-hmm. You are heading into Hurt So Good 5, March 18th. Yeah. 188 days will be your title reign. 1 day behind the challenger, Dastardly Danny Deeds, for second place all time. We've talked about it online. It's all over social media. What is the importance of history and this title reign to Collin Cutler? Why is it so important to you?
It's validation, Marty Sugar. It's validation for the hard work that I have put in. Me, myself, nobody else. Big West fans sure as hell haven't helped me out at all. Name one thing the fans have done for me. And how about all the accolades I've achieved since turning my back on the fans? Since forgetting about anything they say or do. This title run that I'm on right now, this second title run I'm having for Big West, it validates all that hard work I've put in. All the sacrifices I've put in. Despite what everyone said. Our little Big West year-end awards, where was Collin Cutler?
You received multiple. You were a third runner-up for Wrestler of the Year. Every single
third
match,
runner-up.
Every single match of the year runner-up you were in.
Third runner-up for Wrestler of the Year. First of all, clearly, the Big West fans have never seen me anywhere else. I'm killing it all over BC. And I'm Big West champion. What else do you have to do? And you're right, I was in all three matches of the year. And you know what? If there was 4 matches in the year, I would have been in all 4. If there was 5, I would have been in all 5. I am in match of the year every damn night I go out. Damn night I go out.
You know what? That brings up a valid point. We were looking at this. A lot of people talk about who is the greatest wrestler in Big West wrestling history. And I know that eats at you. I can see it's eating at you right now. There's a lot of different people that they think. They think of either Cremator or Rhea Von Slasher, both very physically dominant. There was Mike Shreds, who's come up a house of fire in 2 years. Casey Andrews, 3-time champion, the only man to do that. Kyle Sebastian, only champion to take the belt to Japan. But I will give you credit where it's due, Collin Cutler. You are, if you look at every year, Santa Slam, last show of the year, last main event of the year, 4 years, there's been a Santa Slam to end the year. 3 times you've been in the main event. There's no denying that you are a spectacular wrestler. What you do outside of Kelowna doesn't affect the fans of Big West Wrestling. Sure. But you want to say something right here. You want to say you've done this on your own. Let's cut to the chase. September, you win this title from Mike Shreds. Interference from Kyle Sebastian. You retained your title. Interference from Mike Rizzo. Interference from Shotgun Stevens. You want to be the greatest of all time. How are you going to prove that?
And I'm tired of hearing how I won a championship and how I've kept the championship. To be honest, I don't even remember what you're talking about. I remember 1, 2, 3s. I remember my hand being raised and holding the title. I go home with this thing. I show up to the arena with this thing. Every single time. And you know what? Record books don't show how you win these matches. They don't do a big tale about how the last 5 minutes of the match ended. Record books show 2 things. Wins and losses.
And fair enough. And let's hold on to that thought. We'll come back to that in a second. I'm going to ask you a question, though. How does it feel that you have now just passed your longtime friend, longtime mentor, Kyle Sebastian, 3rd longest reigning television champion of all time? How does that feel?
It's amazing. And I have nothing but respect for my old tag team partner, Kyle Sebastian. And anytime he wants to come down to Kelowna and team up with me, Cougar Meat's still alive and kicking. You know what? Kyle Sebastian, if he was in Big West today and I wasn't around, he might surpass himself. Me and Kyle are 2 of the most talented people in Canada. But does it feel great to pass him? Sure. He taught me almost everything I know, and to beat his record. You wanna just watch the attitude? Try and be a little professional. Try to have that.
I am. I'm just talking about Kyle Sebastian, very dominant. You become very dominant. We watched on WoW last week. You fought a very larger opponent in Sugar Shane, and you took him to task. You knocked him out cold. He may be family, but that knee to the face, that was something else.
It's something I say all the time. Everyone's the same size when you knee him in the face.
That is, we can't argue with that. You talk about tag teams. Yes, Cougar Meat, amazing tag team. We see them all the time at the Invasion shows. And we're going to get to Invasion in a sec, but we're going to talk about tag teams. Let's talk about the Adult Social Society. And your hotshot your protege now. It's your turn, and you have Shotgun Stevens in your corner. And the interesting thing, though, is that Shotgun Stevens has the K5 medallion. He can cash in that title anytime he wants.
But he won't.
He could cash in on March 18th.
He's not going to.
I've
seen you with tag team partners, but I've teamed with you before, and I don't think you understand what a cohesive unit is.
We were pretty good.
We were good, but you had me on the team, so let's be honest. The thing is, Marty, sure, you gotta understand a real team like the Adult Social Society, they put their individual needs aside for the team. Because the goal of the Adult Social Society is to keep this title within the society for as long as possible. So why would you waste the K5 medallion, cash in on someone already in the group, and then take the title away? We want to keep that medallion for, and it's not going to happen for a long time, but if, say, someone like yourself decides to get in my business again, or the jokes from last month that all got into my business. I had 3 people get involved in that tag team match.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I got kicked in the testicles, I got super kicked in the face, I got power slammed by Mike Shreds, and then Deeds has the audacity to pin me. 1, 2, 3, thinking that he's the man and deserves this title shot. He's earned it. Because 3 guys interfered. Who does that? Who does that? Anyways, the point is, a cohesive unit puts the team ahead of individual needs, and Shotgun Stevens, yes, he's my protege. He does what I say. That's what proteges do. I did that when me and Kyle first started teaming. Go back and watch the tapes. Go ahead. I dare anyone. Go ahead. Go on YouTube. Watch the tapes. How often do you see Kyle Sebastian telling me what to do, whispering in my ear? I listened to everything he said when I was coming up with him in the tag team division. And that's how you learn, and that's how you win championships. That's the reason I am Big West champion. And will be the longest reigning Big West champion.
That brings me to a point here. So let's say you can defeat Danny Deeds on March 18th.
Let's say I can defeat
He's
Danny
a former
Deeds.
champion, second longest reigning champion. He's also a former wrestler of the year.
Yeah, who'd he beat?
He's also a former wrestler of the year.
Yeah, because who voted for him? The fans.
So you finished 3rd as
are so dumb. Fans are dumb. I'm sorry. Hey, fans. Oh, did I break your little hearts? Yeah, you're dumb. First of all, you voted for Shreds. Who was even wrestler of the year?
Mike Shreds.
Shreds? Yeah, when I saw runner-up, I tuned out. Let's be honest. You vote for Shreds. What did he do? What did he do?
2-time Big West champion.
Oh, come
Cashed in the first K5 medallion.
And how long did he hold the championship?
Match of the year with Shotgun Stevens.
And match of the year with, wasn't I in that match? Pretty sure I was.
Match of the year was him and Shotgun. Runner-up was the three of you. We can talk about the finish of the birthday match when you're talking about... Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Adult Soul Society. It's all about the team, not about the individual. What about Birthday Bash, three-way match, Shotgun, Cutler, Shreds,
Yeah.
the good of the team. How does that go down?
I have no idea what we're talking about.
We're not going to discuss
I
that?
have no idea what you're talking about. Next question.
All right.
Next question, please.
All right. So let's
Try to
say,
keep it professional.
let's say March. Okay. Let's stick to the current. Let's stick to the future.
We're talking about the
Look
past,
right now.
all the
No, you
past.
know what? You're absolutely correct. March 18th. Let's say you can get past the 2014 Wrestler of the Year, a former Big West champion, Dastardly Danny Deeds. You move on. Now you're guaranteed to be the second longest running champion of all time. April 15th, it's all about Respect 5. You'll be facing the winner of Mike Shreds and Maddox Static.
There you go. I will be. I will be. Thank you. Thank you for finally saying it. I will be. Because when I run through Danny D... And you know what? Let's just stop for a second, because we're talking about all these people I've wrestled and all these great champions of the past, and I've been in the ring with every single one of them, and this is no easy task. Holding this title and keeping this title is no easy task.
I agree.
I've done everything I can to keep this down. We're talking about we're calling them shenanigans and all these things I've done to keep this title. And you know what? Maybe I've done a few things that people don't agree with, but look at my size. I've been undersized my entire career, and I've still won championships. I do what I can. Pro wrestling doesn't have weight class for the most part. There's no weight class for this title.
Nope.
I can wrestle somebody that's Maddox Static at 175, 180. I can wrestle someone like Sugar Shane at 260. What am I supposed to do? You know, I've been in the ring with all these guys, and I've always come out on top. I've beat my old tag team partner. I've beaten former champions. And Danny Deeds is a veteran. He's been wrestling longer than me. You know, he has every trick in the book. He's a great wrestler. I've wrestled him before. And I'm sure it won't be the last time. And it's no easy feat, but I guarantee you I will get through Danny Deeds.
Alrighty, guys. This interview, it gets heated. It continues. We're going to cut it short this week. We'll continue with my interview with the Cougar Meat Kid, Colin Cutler, next week on WOW. Don't forget, like he said, he's calling a win. It's our big title match for March 18th at Hurt So Good 5. Cougar Meat Kid, Colin Cutler, putting the streak on the line against Dastardly Danny Deeds. And you know what, guys? We'll see you next week right here on WOW.